Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grandma Hershey Cooks. I'm Grandma Hershey, spelled with a U and not an E. Let's not get it twisted. So, this episode program, whatever you want to call it on YouTube under Grandma Hershey Cooks, is about making healthier versions of recipes. Recipes that we all love, but because we've gotten high blood pressure or diabetes or whatever's going on, we can't eat the things that we used to love to eat. So, my quest was to get healthier versions of those recipes, and that is what I've done. So, these recipes are for your diabetics, people with high blood pressure, people with high cholesterol, people who are allergic to gluten, people who are maybe vegan, vegetarian, on a Daniel fast. The recipes are for pescatarians. I found out about that and didn't even know I was doing it. So, anywho, any of the recipe, not any. Okay, so this is live. So here we go with the bloopers already. But anyway, for the recipes that I make on the shows will be geared toward those people. So today's recipe is a pineapple cherry cheesecake. It is lower sugar and lower carbs than what you find in your regular cheesecake, and it tastes just as good. I promise you that. I've been nibbling on some sides that I'm going to tell you about. So another thing, my little thumbnail, I couldn't figure out how to turn the picture right. I didn't say I was computer savvy. So I tried my best. That's the sideways version. But that's how the cheesecake looked before I finished cooling it off. Once it cooled off, it was still kind of jiggly inside. And I'm going like, that's not right. So I tested it with a knife. So I had to keep baking it and put it back in the oven. And it kept rising. And so then it started looking crazy. So anyway, it came out okay. I did fix it pretty much. But I tell you what, it sure do taste good because I had those little edges. But anyway, we're not going to go into that. Time is of the essence as usual. So what I need you to do though, I need you to hit the thumbs up, go to subscribe, and when the bells come up, click the black bell. That way, every time I come on, you will get an alert that I am on. So you want to click that black bell. Now, this eating lifestyle that I have started doing has been going on for 3 years now because I had a health scare and I did not want to take the medicine that the doctor said I was going to have to take. So anyway, my A1C went from 8.7 to 5.3. My blood pressure went from 167 to 123. And I've had a weight loss maintenance of 17 pounds lost. Okay. And I am going to work on some of this loveliness eventually, soon and very soon. In the meantime, this is what you got. And not only that, but because of this eating lifestyle, I was able to avoid 4 medications. So if you're taking medications for all of those things that I mentioned, then perhaps if you change your ingredients, then maybe your numbers will go down like mine did, and you'll be able to come off of some of those medicines. And if you haven't started those medicines, then maybe you can avoid it like I did. And I tell you, it is such a wonder. It only took 1.5 years to get those numbers down. Really a year, to tell you the truth. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. So I told you about the cheesecake. But anyway, I want to show everyone how to assemble the springform pan. Because to make regular cheesecakes, that's what you use as a springform pan. So when you see it, it's come together like this one piece, right? Well, this here is your springform, is your spring. And you're going to open it. There's the bottom of my page. Good thing we putting foil on it. So what I do is when I make cheesecakes, because sometimes oils and stuff come through the crust and leaks onto the pan. So I put foil on it. So good thing I'm putting foil on it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to use this pan. So you put the foil on it, cover it all the way. This side is going to be what the side that the cheesecake is going to go into. Then you take the pan. You see these little grooves in here? You want to put your pan, you put your the flat part of the pan into the groove. There's a little groove in there that it sits into. And you have to be careful so it don't fall out again, like mine is trying to do. Because it can be a little tricky. But if you can get that first part in, and you want to try to have this spring close by so you can start closing it. See how it lifts up? And so as it lifts up, it closes. But you want to nestle the edge of that bottom into that groove. Okay, it's getting there because you don't want it to fall out and you want it to fit in. Okay. Whew, I can't believe this thing is acting up. Anyway, it's TV, so what can you say? So, oh, okay, there it is. It's fitting into the groove. Oh, come on now. There it is. Did you hear that little snap? That's because it fit into the groove. Then you close the form, and then it's in there. And also, because sometimes the oil will still get through, and I like to wrap the outside of the pan in foil. So I'll wrap the outside. That way I have extra protection from oil coming out into my oven. Because I don't like to clean the oven. I don't know about you. And if you do, then come clean mine. Because we all spill something in that oven one way or another. Okay? So you just wrap the inside and you wrap the outside. And then when I do put it in the oven, have another pan with foil for easy cleanup, just in case. Sometimes these suckers they just act a fool on you. All right, so we're gonna leave that there. Okay, so what I did was I crumbed up some Goldfish graham crackers called Vanilla Cupcake. And then if you watch their episode 3, where I did the chocolate peanut butter pie, you notice I used the s'mores of the Goldfish graham crackers because these have less sugar than the your regular graham crackers or your cookies or whatever, and they taste just as good. Okay, so that's what I use. That's my little trick. All right, set this aside. And so what I did was I crumbed up the crackers, the little crackers, and then I added 4.5 teaspoons of erythritol and 3 tablespoons of softened margarine. You let it get real soft, and you're going to kind of do it like you do for pie crust. You're going to like use a fork and just blend it in until it's all in there. All the margarine is in there because that's what's going to make it stay together. Okay, so I had to do this because time is of the essence, so that part's already done. Then we're going to pour it into this pan. We're going to pour it into the pan. And then we're going to press it down. We're going to press the crumbs down real good. And then it'll rise up some so you can put some on the side. But you want to press it real good, okay? Mine might be a little dried out because I did set it up ahead of time. But yours won't be. So you want to press it real good. Make sure you wash your hands first. And I've washed it several times a day because I don't like food touching my fingers. So anyway, and so then, and don't do like I just did and forgot. You have to set the oven for 375. Oh, I'm so sorry. So anyway, we're going to turn it on for 375. And then you're going to bake your crust for 5 minutes. So I've got to, this is a little stubborn today. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to turn this on. Hate to have my back to you. 375. And I don't have time for it to preheat. I'm just going to stick it in here. And I'm going to put it in there for about 7 minutes. And by that time we'll have finished beating up the filling. All right. So anyway, that's your crumbs. Stick this to the side. Oh, I'm a little nervous today. I don't know why, but I am. So, all right. I don't put it over here yet. All right, so next is going to be the filling. So in the filling, it is your cream cheese. You got one regular block and two 1/3 less. Now, if you can find one that's fat-free, replace one of the 1/3 less with that, and that'll give you less saturated fat in your cheesecake. All right, and that's what you're going for if you have high cholesterol. It's the saturated fat. So, but anyway, I have the 3 blocks of cream cheese already in here, and it's softened. And if you remember on that peanut butter pie show, I talked about it being softened. You can tell it's softened when you can kind of massage the package and it's pliable. Then you know it's softened. But if you take it out the fridge and let it sit on the counter for a few hours, it'll get softened. And so then, oh, and also I didn't get a chance to type in the ingredients yet. So come back later and I will have the ingredients typed in. Give me a few hours though. I'll have the ingredients typed in so you'll know what they are. And if you want the instructions, you can come back and watch this over again, or you can email me at grandmahursheycooks@gmail.com. Okay. So if you do that, I can send you the recipe. I've got it already typed up. It has the instructions and the ingredients and everything. Okay. So next, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of erythritol. No, 3/4 cups of erythritol and 1/2 cup of sugar. That erythritol is what is going to make this recipe be way less sugar than your average cheesecake. So I decided to mix it together in one bowl. They look the same, but the erythritol is much healthier than sugar. But I'm still chicken to try straight erythritol. Now, if somebody wants to try it and let me know what happened, then good. But right now, I'm doing low sugar recipes. None of them are sugar free, but they're tolerable for diabetics and anybody who's watching their weight. Okay. And that also brings down the carbs because the sugar is also carbs. So if you got way less sugar, then you got way less carbs. So we're going to put the what I didn't do was spray the pan with the Baker's Joy. Hopefully it'll come out okay because it is a nonstick pan. But if you don't have a nonstick pan, make sure you spray your pan. I don't know. I'm just nervous today. I don't know why. Anyway, we're going to put this erythritol and this sugar into the cream cheese. And then we're going to beat it and get it creamy. And it don't take long to get it creamy. You want to get that in there. Okay. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's softened. You know, it's a little stiff right now because we got to add some wet ingredients. So now to this, we're going to put everything except for the pineapples and the cherries pie filling into this. So I've got 1 cup of sour cream. Now, I found out that Belfonte Lite is the best of the ones that I know of so far. So I like to use the Belfonte Lite that also cuts down on your saturated fat. Because, see, cheesecake is really high in fat. It's really high in fat and sugar. But this version, you can eat without getting a diabetic reaction as long as you eat 1 serving. 1 serving is 1/16. And normally, I will have it in a long pan. I like to use the oblong pan because it's easier and it's quicker. But we're going to use the bun pan because that's what the regular cheesecake calls for. Okay, so we're going to add the sour cream. Okay. Then we're going to add 4 large eggs. Okay. Oops. And then we're going to add a fourth cup of vanilla almond milk, and you can use oat milk, either one you want. But I use these milks because I try to use less dairy as possible because it is also high in saturated fat. And then some people are allergic to dairy products. So if you don't want to use the dairy and you want to watch your fat, then use the almond or the oat milk. And this is 1/4 cup along with 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavor. And because of the space of my counter and the time, then I just put them together already. So that's what's going in next. And then we have a teaspoon of the xanthan gum. You can get that online at Amazon. And the brand I like to use is Anthony's. It's in a brown bag and it lasts forever. You get a lot out of that bag, okay? So don't let the price fool you. You're getting a lot of servings out of that bag. And you're going to add that in there. And we're going to stir it a little bit. Because, you know, if you put stuff in there wet and you put the beater on right away, you can get a mess. So we're going to stir it up a little bit. Just a little bit. So it don't be so messy. Okay, then we're going to put the beater in the middle. That also cuts down on your mess. Turn it on low. Then we're going to incorporate everything together. Your eggs and the milk and the vanilla flavor. And it's going to really get creamy. Okay. You want to make sure you get everything from the bottom and the sides. And you don't want to start pouring it and all of a sudden you got lumps. You want it to be nice and smooth. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. And I got to take that crust out. I'm going to take the crust out. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know what's going on here. I've got oven mitts to match my apron. Okay, take the crust out. It's nice and solid. Ooh, I don't have enough space over here. Okay, put that over there. Hell on the floor. Okay, so now this is nice. See how smooth that is? That's what it's going to look like when you beat everything together, how that is, okay? Then we're going to pour this on top of the graham crust. Everything going on top of the graham crust. Can you see me? All right. Put it on in there. Top of the graham crust. Yes. It looks so delicious. So good. I mean, who'd have thought that diabetics and people watching their schoolgirl and schoolboy figures could eat some cheesecake without feeling so bad? Who'd have thought? Then you're going to spread that in good on top, all over to make it nice and even as possible. All right. And I got my little doohickey to get the extras out. I like to get used as much as possible. I don't want to throw nothing away that I don't have to. Now, normally I would whip it a little longer, but time is of the essence. So we can only do what we can do, okay? So, all right. Then we're going to put this in the oven. Now, cheesecake take a long time altogether. So, but we're going to put this in the oven and it will bake for 60 minutes. Okay, that's just the beginning. All right. So you don't want to start cheesecake on to, let's say, at 4 o'clock in the evening and expect to eat it that day. You're not getting cheesecake that fast. So you're going to put this in the oven on the center rack, or middle rack, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to bake that for 60 minutes. I'm going to set my timer. No, wait a minute. Told you this was live. Hold up. Wait a minute. I forgot to put the pineapples on top. How we going to have a pineapple cheesecake with no pineapples? Oh, my word. Lordy. All right. Already, I drained the pineapples. I had a small can of pineapples. That's 4 pineapple rings. I drained the pineapples, and then I put them on paper towel. Can you see it? I don't know. It's yellow. You can't hardly tell. I dried it on paper towel, so I'm going to put those on the cheesecake. And I've got 4. Put that in there. I got 4 all together. I don't know why I'm so nervous today. Is there some celebrity in the room I just don't know about? So we're going to put these pineapples on the batter. Okay. Now we can stick it back in the oven. All right. For 60 minutes. In the oven. Okay, now I have some elves, some kitchen elves who really love me, and they usually make my stuff in advance so we can see the end process. Because this is going to take 60 minutes. We don't have 60 minutes. But since it's going to be Valentine's Day, I put a heart-shaped pan. And this is, I'm not an artist. I don't draw and I don't paint. So this is the closest I could get to the cherries with the heart. I put cherries in the middle of the pineapple rings, and getting this falling now. Cherries in the middle of the pineapple ring. Then I went around the edge of the cheesecake with the cherries to make a heart. Now it's looking kind of crazy. But anyway, this is the gist of what I was trying to do. So this is the pineapple cherry cheesecake. And it's basically a New York cheesecake with the cherries and the pineapples on top. But this is going to be so good. And you know what? Why don't we try it out? Why don't we try this out? Where's a knife? I'm going to get a knife, and I am going to cut a piece for you. Let's cut the end. Let's cut a piece of the end. Oops. And put that on top. And let's get some of these cherries and put on top. And I normally would use a fork, but I'm going to use this spoon because I want to taste it and make sure it's not poison. And I'm going to tell you what it's like. That, my friend, is a good cheesecake. Oh, I'm gonna take one more bite for you. And you see how that crust came out? Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. One more. Ooh, honey child. This will get you a husband or a wife. I tell you. This is something good. Anywho, like I asked you earlier. Oh, okay, hold on. Nutrition value real quick. 260 calories and 1/16 of a piece. That was not 1/16. 1/16 of a piece. 260 calories, 266 grams of sodium, which is low in sodium for a dessert, okay? And the calories. And the carbs is 23.4, and the sugar is 16.9. Okay? Now just think, if I would have had used the regular sugar, all sugar, it would have been 33 grams of sugar. That's not good. That's more than your daily requirement. So anyway, so next week, come back for episode 6. We're going to be doing red lentil penny pasta with shrimp. And if you're allergic to shrimp or you don't like shrimp, you can use any meat you want. But this is with shrimp for Valentine's Day. And it is made, it's penny pasta made out of red lentils. Oh, and here is the box. It's gluten-free. It's by Full Circle Market, and you can get that in the grocery store in the health food section. And it's really tasty. I've made it and I've tried it. And you can't tell different, but it's made out of vegetables. So that is all for today's episode. Nope. Okay. So what I need you to do is to click the thumbs up, go to subscription, click the black bell, and then click share with as many people as you can think of and tell them to do the same. I appreciate you. I love you. And I thank you for stopping by to spend time with me. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Valentine's Day. Hey, who knows? Love you. Mwah.